Hello. Thank you for clicking. Thanks for joining in my channel. Yeah, welcome to my new space. There is a light at the back there. I'm trying to block so it shouldn't come through. But again, this is a new space. I have never made a video in this space before. I'm just trying options, which other way is going to come out good. So if anyone knows what best it is to make like a home studio, please link me down there at the bottom. I'm trying to set myself up, so I'm looking for whatever is nice. So how is everyone doing? Today I want to talk about self-definition. Okay, so when you go around in the city, in town, you see billboards and you see different names and different explanation. Even on the internet, you see companies, they have different names and they have a description of what these companies do or businesses or whatever you call it. You as a person also have a purpose, you have a definition, you have a name, and you have a description. The only person who can say loudly who you are and what you can do is you. Okay? It's not about reading some book definition or some description somewhere and then you spoon feed it to people and say, oh, I am XYZ. When someone says they're defining themselves, they're being true to themselves wherever and whenever. Life gets very interesting when you know who you are and when you're ready to stand by who you are no matter what. You're defined as a person. It becomes so easy. But when you create a persona that is different from who you actually are, it takes so much energy to stay in balance. It takes so much energy to be able to keep on to that persona that you've created. So whatever you do, whatever you're trying to be, make sure whatever image, whatever persona you're creating should not be far from whoever you actually are. A person who speaks to you on the phone, a person who meets you in person who meets you in a wedding, someone who meets you at church, someone who meets you in a shop, someone who meets you in your house. Is it possible for somebody to realize that you are one? One to yourself, not to anyone else. Yes, I mean what I'm saying. It is so easy in this life that we're struggling to juggle stuff and we're struggling to paddle that we keep on switching the mask. There's a mask for school. There's a mask for work. There's a mask for meeting up with your friends. There's a mask for I don't know, in the house. There's a mask for church. There's a mask for when you're in the shop. All those different personas you're creating becomes a problem in your head. Increases the level of stress. So this video, I want to talk about defining self, which is mostly, like I said, it's advancing, it is changing, you're transforming. But whatever transformation there is, there should be some degree of originality in it. Okay? If you take a brick house and paint it green, it's true, everyone is going to see that, wow, that house is pretty, it's green. Underneath, it's brick. Okay? Underneath is brick. And on top of that bright green that everyone is seeing and loving, what makes that particular structure solid is what is underneath. So you can clothe it, you can paint it, you can mask it all what you want. But if within is not put together, if there is no integrity within, you just create more work for yourself. Okay? It becomes so easy when there's so many people out there doing different stuff, and when we are trying to advance ourselves in different levels, for us to try to model different personas. The message here is to tell you, whatever you're doing, whatever new thing you want to try, ask yourself, does this takes away from who I am as a person? And you can only be capable of doing this when you know who you are. Knowing who you are is something very important. Just know who you are. Take a note of it. You really don't have to go out there and tell people who you are. But when you know who you are for you, oh dear, you have solved one of the biggest problems in life. You will not have time to argue with anybody to try to define you. You know who you are. All what you're trying to do is present who you are on different situation, different occasion, different platforms. But underneath, who you are remains who you are. Don't get carried by what everyone else is doing. Don't take a detour from your true person. I have noticed in my own life, whenever I try to do anything that is far off from who I am as a person, it's a big headache. It only needs a little try for me to realize, oh, no, I can't even go there. I can't dare with that. Because that's so far off who I am as a person. Okay? It's so far off who I am as a person. So defining you. If you have 50 different friends, and these friends are interviewed at different times, different places, just asking about you, the response that they give, if we want to put all together, there should be a common theme that connects what all those people are saying. That's what makes you a real person. Because you're one with yourself. Because you will not easily lose yourself. You will remain you. And it is important. Businesses, companies, corporations are looking for people with integrity. They're looking for people that they can trust. They're looking for people who can stand the test of time. So if you're out there and a young person listening to me right now, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're into, do not lose yourself and do not go out of character. It's true, there are situations sometimes that can make us get into a point, but whenever you go out of character, you should be the first person to say, oh wow, this is really no. This is a no, this is not me. There's something not right here. And that calls for a moment of reflection. Can you imagine if everyone out there considers the importance of self-definition? It will solve lots of the world's problems. Self-definition and being true to self. I cannot emphasize it enough. Keep being you. Do all what you can do to be you. grow yourself, improve on yourself, but have a standard that gives you the opportunity to be you. Thank you. Bye-bye.